So you're up in the bow of the ship?
Up near the bow.
Okay.
And when we got underway, I was down checking and cleaning and doing what, and we got into the groundswell to go away from the shore, and I watched the floor plates come up and down a couple of times, and I thought, uh-oh. And I beat it up about 3 decks and out into the fresh air, and as soon as I got in the fresh air, I was just fine.
Yeah.
Of course, by the time we got to that Arctic thing, I was an old salt, if you will, by that time, and never ever came close to getting seasick again. But I have seen people in our compartment, and of course, the guys that were prone to seasickness, the bosun's mates frowned highly on spoiling and soiling their decks, and you gave the guy that was prone to seasickness a bucket to carry with him. And it wasn't actually true, but they always accused the cooks of having greasy pork chops on the first day you went out after you'd been in port a while. Yeah. But I've actually seen people laying in their bunk praying to the good Lord to please take me. It really was that violent and that bad. Yeah. During that Arctic thing, it was so severe that when we would go to, when you were off watch and in your bunk, you had what they called thrice straps that held your mattresses and everything in place. You would put them across you to keep from getting tossed out when you went to sleep. And we had people actually fall out of their bunks and get pretty badly injured. Yeah. But that trip, we had lots of problems with ice on the ship, and the guys would be out there, the seamen would be out there with bats, or what constituted a bat, and axes, and chipping ice off of vital parts. And but we found out that the new destroyer could take cold weather. As a matter of fact, could do it better than the battleships and the cruisers. Yeah. And this is what they wanted to find out. I said this was a whole new type of vessel. And it really, if you will, passed the test with flying colors. But now we were told that no on deck without a lifeline, because if you get washed overboard, which is very easy to do on a destroyer, back toward the stern you only had like 4.5 feet of freeboard, midships maybe 8-10 feet. Is that if you get washed overboard, we can't help you. Forget it. Yeah. Besides that, the water temperature was down about 31 degrees, which
you'd be dead in 5 minutes from hypothermia.
You'd be dead in 5 minutes. You'd be dead before they could even get a course to come back and try to help you. So, that was pretty rough going. Yeah. And we got a tail end of a typhoon one time. It didn't turn out to be too bad. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What was it? The bunks were all
3 high.
3 high.
3 high.
Okay.
The compartment, of course, during the action when the war was going on, they did not allow all the people of one rating or skill, like gunner's mates, machinist mates, and others. They didn't let these people sleep in the same compartment, because one hit and you've lost a whole division, and in effect you've crippled your ship. Yeah. Now by this time, they were bunking all the ratings together, and the engineers compartment, was 42 feet long, 36 feet wide and 7.5 feet high, and 77 of us lived in there. And we all had a bunk and a locker. And it was very neat. And you were very clean about your body and everything. You if you weren't, you soon got taught that you needed to practice your hygiene. What kind of what they call the GI shower. It didn't take very many of those for a fellow to get to work. But it worked out very well. The bunks were 3 high. During the day, you chained them, you put them up, and so it opened up their foot locker tops where you had a place to sit. It wasn't all that bad. And like I said, I was a sailor. We were sailors. We understood this is how sailors lived, and this is how it worked. And it was worth it.
And the food was fairly decent.
Pardon?
The food was good.
Always,
on ships?
always good. Always, it was a nice thing about being assigned a board ship. Unless you got sunk, you had 3 squares a day and a place to sleep. So sometimes it wasn't very comfortable. This was long before the days that they started air conditioning ships. If you were in the tropics, tough. You know, if you were in the cold weather, they did have means to heat the living compartments. And besides, well, of course, working in the engine room, if you were in the tropics, you were on one extreme, you were suffering from the heat. But if you were in the cold, you were in a nice environment to stay warm. Excuse me just a minute.